Hi, everyone. Nice to see you again. This is Cathy. I'd like to go over some important confidentiality with this group. I'd like to make sure that what stays in the group, what we say in the group, stays in the group. And I hope you left the last session feeling like you're a part of something constructive and you've returned with more questions and will work as a team towards the answers you need to move forward in your daily lives. I would like to go around the group and ask you to let the group know if you are experiencing any new problems at home or related to school, if any of your parents lost their jobs, if you're suffering from food insecurities, or just a new loss that you've had that you'd like to discuss. Let's go around the group now. And if you have any new concerns, let's talk about them.
Well, I got something new. So, like you mentioned food insecurity. We've been eating nothing but ramen and like we haven't been able to like get anything else. Like, they haven't given us like another stimulus like payment. We had to use our last one for medical bills to help my family out. And like my parents have been like really struggling, especially because they also lost their jobs.
I'm very sorry to hear about that. They lost their jobs. Um, the food insecurities, uh, I would think that your county that you live in would have a food bank that you could go to. You don't have to have any income. Um, you don't have to meet any standards of income to do that. So I will get you resources at the end of the session and get you a lead on that.
Thank you.
As far as your parents losing their jobs, I'm very sorry to hear that. I know a lot of parents right now are losing their jobs. Would anyone else like to speak?
Yeah, I wasn't really able to I had a family member that died and I really wasn't able to go to the funeral because of COVID. So that has been a big issue for me.
That is what's happening with a lot of families, Tyler. I'm very sorry to hear that. I also experienced that, so I know definitely what you're going through. Um, I think right now it's just something that we are going to have to get through. And if you're able to go where that person was buried alone, then at least you're showing your respect for them, and also that you cared so much about them. I'm sure that you did, and just being able to make that statement and do that, I'm sure will make you feel a little bit better on the inside. Anyone else?
So I'm kind of with Samantha because like I talked about in the first session, um her and I kind of have something like similar going on, not exactly the same, but I can definitely relate to her on like the financial struggles like that my parents are having, and food insecurity has been a big thing. um I know my mom has found like churches and stuff that like maybe I could like pass on to Samantha like privately from the group, um and just be able to give her, because it sounds like right now like that's only me and her that are dealing with this, so I'd rather do it in private instead of in front of everybody, because it can be kind of embarrassing.
I'd be okay with doing it like that.
Shelby, that's a great idea. And if anyone else has any help for Samantha and would like to give that to her, meet with her independently, as long as Samantha is good with that, I think that's a great idea.
Me too.
I'd like to go ahead and move to our activity, and if that's okay with everybody. So for activity, I thought about using a dry erase board. Maybe we could, if everyone would like to participate, we could go around and name the group strengths and our concerns at this point. If there's anybody that would like to start, I've written down strengths and concerns. I don't like to use weaknesses in anything I say or do, so there it's going to be concerns. Anybody?
So a strength for me would be that we're here together. Last session, you guys made me realize that I was acting out, and maybe that really wasn't a good like way to present myself in the group because we're all here together. So that is really a strength that we're together. Um, a concern that I have is how like am I gonna catch up with my schoolwork? So strength is together, concern, catch up. I got to catch up concern.
Okay, so here together. So we're all trying to work through things together, not as just one person, but as a team and togetherness. Uh, Still some concerns about schoolwork, and I need to work on that. And we'll also work on that during the next few sessions that we have. That was a good response. Anybody else?
One strength that I think that I have is that even though education has been hard for me over the online schooling, I've managed to keep all A's. So that's one of my strengths. And then I think one of my concerns is that with the pandemic, I'm worried that maybe I won't be able to go back to working in person, or maybe that I won't be able to find a better job that will maybe give me that opportunity to work in person again.
So your concern is, I'm sorry, can you say that again?
My concern is wondering if I'd be able to go back to work in person.
Oh, okay, in-person work. That is a great concern. A lot of us are having that right now.
And just
Hopefully,
go ahead. Sorry.
okay. So your grades, if you're concerned about those, to meet with the school counselor and get some help with that. If you need any help when you do go back to school, if you're struggling, meet with those counselors and get them to work on that with you. The in-person, I think we're all concerned about, will our work go back to normal? We're meeting on Zoom call right now. So hopefully things will get back to normal and we'll be able to meet in person and your jobs will get back to being in person. We all want that so much. Anybody else have any strengths or concerns they would like to talk about?
I was just going to kind of piggyback off what Haley said, like work being in person for a lot of people. I know that's been a concern, and she said that she's benefited like grade wise being like remote, but for me, I really miss being in person in school as well, like having that time with the teacher, having like a set schedule when we meet and getting to like interact with people and make friends has been a concern for me. One strength, though, I think this group is a really positive way to just communicate with other people that are going through kind of like the same thing I am, which is hard when we're isolating. So that's a positive.
So would your strength be that we're here together?
Yeah.
Also?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I totally get your concern about whether you're in person or at home studying. I also am a person who likes to be there in the class, listening to the teacher. And I can see how that would be a struggle if you're unable to do that right now and kind of learning on your own. I can see that that could cause a lot of trouble for you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Are we good? Okay, if no one else has anything they'd like to say, and we talked about some concerns that we have and some strengths that we're also working on. And if we are done for the day, I'd like to take a minute to remember everybody that we've lost and all of our new concerns and strengths. We'll work on those in the next session, and I hope to see you all then. Thank you.